Hey VC, sorry this video is a little bit late. Thanksgiving, I was a little bit busy this week, but I'm here now. It's Saturday. I'm just gonna upload this right when I'm done filming. Hope everyone had a fantastic Thanksgiving. Hope everyone had a good Black Friday. I wasn't able to make it out yesterday to get any of the special stuff. I can only think of like maybe one or two things that I was really interested in anyways, like the Harvest Moon reissue, which I think is getting a wider release anyways, and then the Fleet Foxes live EP, and maybe like one or two other things. Anyways, yeah, I was still able to go shopping today, and I had a pretty good week as well. So I'll go ahead and show everything I got. Oh, first of all, I did a trade, little VCLT from Jeff Kempin, who he's entered into my 100 subs contest, which I'll talk about real quick as well, before I really get into it. Everyone so far that is entered, I have here on this notepad. I'll just go down the list. Andy's Vinyl Den, thanks for entering. Lisa, David Guerre, Jeff Kempin, Cold Wax Minnesota, Ronnie's Record Room, Tales from the Crate, and Christopher Kibler, who did an entry but didn't want to be entered in the contest. That's pretty cool. Everyone has made really good lists. Really appreciate everyone entering. I think I'm getting close to 140 now in subscribers, so thank you everybody. It really does mean a lot. Anyways, yeah, I did trade with Jeff Kempin. I sent him my spare copy of this record, Dusty Memphis by Dusty Springfield. He had mentioned in one of his videos that he, has been wanting to find this one, and I understand. I had been looking for this album for a long time until I found two in the same day, actually, this year at two different stores. So yeah, I understand what it's like to be looking for that specific album. It doesn't really seem to pop up that much, and when it does, it's a little pricey. But we were able to work out a good trade, and I'll go ahead and show everything he sent me. The main thing that he was offering to trade was this Vinyl Me Please edition of the Fugees album, The Score. Can't really see the artwork when it's in the strip like that. Classic late 90s hip hop featuring Lauryn Hill. I'm a big fan of this album and her Miseducation of Lauryn Hill album. It's got all the inserts with it, the art piece, which I think is actually pretty cool. I think some of Vinyl Me Please's art has been kind of hit and miss. This one's pretty cool. It's also supposed to be inspired by the music, short write-up on the back. The insert here has like a drink recipe on the flip side of it, and this came with a bonus 7-inch of remixes of some of the songs on the album. I think it was just Fuji Law, actually. Anyways, it's a double album, and both records are on this cool black and gold split vinyl. Pretty neat. And if I can get the 45 out of here. There it goes. Fuji Law remix by Mista Mista and Sly and Robbie. It's all on gold vinyl. Cool color choice. I think the gold, matches the gold on the cover. And obviously, the rest of the cover is black. So, yeah. Lots of classics on this one. Ready or Not, Killing Me Softly, The Score, Fuji Law. Just a great album. I'm actually considering joining Vinyl Me Please going forward, because they just announced a reissue of Miles Davis, I think Sorcerer, which I don't have that album and I've never really seen it before. So that might be worth checking out at least 1 month. I might do a couple months as well. He also sent me a couple other things. I'll show this one. This is a split album from Diana Ross and Marvin Gaye, just called Diana and Marvin. I haven't actually seen this one around too much, but I listened to it. It's pretty neat soul album, Motown, pretty clean production sound, pretty straightforward album from two great artists. He sent me the CD of The Clash, their classic album Sandinista. This is like it's between this and like London Calling, or maybe Double Nickels on the Dime by the Minutemen, for all-time great double punk albums. that you can compare it to something like, I don't know, the White Album or maybe Blonde on Blonde, just in, you know, the versatility of the stuff they were trying, the different sounds they were doing on one record. It's pretty cool album. Thanks for that. And then this little bit of a mystery here, which I have listened to both sides. It's definitely some kind of electronic something or other, maybe a remix of something. I'm not really sure what it is. He thought it was the theme song from the HBO series Vinyl. I don't think that's what it is. I'll have to maybe upload a clip of it sometime. Anyways, thank you for the trade. It was really awesome. I hope you enjoyed the stuff that I sent you, and yeah, maybe we could do that again sometime. Next up, this is Last Kind Words. It's a blues compilation. This was recommended on Not Enough Records video. One of his post-war blues, or pre-war blues, I'm sorry. One of his videos about that. He mentioned it was only $10 plus shipping on the label website, which I think the label, yeah, Little Axe Records. If you just Google like Little Axe Records, you'll find their store, and you'll see this on there for $10. I got this, shipping was only $4, so it was $14 shipped. Anyways, it's pretty standard vinyl, you know, just black. It's pretty simple labels, just say Last Kind Words, kind of a black on black thing, and not much in the way of an insert or any liner notes, but the track list is listed on this little insert here. I mentioned in the comment I left on his video that I, you know, don't really have much blues in my collection, and I've been looking to get some more, or just trying to, you know, find a gateway to get into it. Some of the deeper stuff, you know, but a lot of the songs on here were really great. I mean, the opener, Last Kind Words by Geechee Wiley, it's pretty cool. I think my favorite on here is probably the opener for Side B by Robert Wilkins, titled That's No Way to Get Along. I believe that song's on YouTube and Spotify. You can find it. There's something about that song that's pretty neat, and there wasn't really anything I didn't like on here. So yeah, I would recommend picking that up if you're into blues. You know, the sound quality is pretty good for the age of the recordings, and the pressing quality is also pretty good. Good deal on that. Another good deal here, None Such Records just had their 50% off sale, which apparently they do every year, but I'd never noticed before. And it's just 50% off everything, as much as you order. So I only picked up one thing that I've been really wanting. There were a couple other things that I, you know, was tempted by, but this was actually directly on my want list, so I just had to pick it up. Classic album by Wilco, Yankee Hotel Foxtrot. Standard, common repress of this, but really high quality jackets, you know, substantially heavy, really thick spine. It's a double album on 180 gram. Comes with a CD. I'll go ahead and show the gatefold, I guess. I won't pull everything out. Pretty standard. I bought this album on CD maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. It's because I heard everybody talking about it, and I didn't really get it at first, you know. It took me a long time to get into it. In the past like 2 years or so, it really kind of clicked with me, and I can kind of see the magic behind it, you know. Probably my favorite song on there is, I think, the third one. Let's see if I can remember the name of it. Radio Cure. That's a great song. There's like a glockenspiel or something that comes in with the, I believe it's the chorus, that kind of makes the whole song for me. Anyways, I picked these two up from the same place. Oh, Half Our Spokes was doing their Black Friday this weekend. I didn't go to that, but I did pick this up earlier this week. Good album by U2, The Joshua Tree. I used to have a copy of this, and I think I traded it or sold it or got rid of it somehow. Anyways, kind of regretted it. Picked up this one. Nice $10 copy, super clean. Just classic album. Side 1 alone is like, you know, a flawless 80s record, and then side 2 is just bonus. Probably my favorite track is Bullet the Blue Sky. Great album. That's probably U2's best for me. And then I picked up this. I haven't listened to it yet. The Flying Burrito Brothers. I forget what it's called. The Gilded Palace of Sin. This is a early 80s repress of this, not an original. It's still on A&M though, pre-barcode. And yeah, they also had another Graham Parsons solo album, which I thought was a little pricey. But this one was a good deal. This was only like $19.99, you know. I've seen those get pretty expensive. And then today I stopped by Vintage Freak, which I'm wearing a shirt for them, which I have had for a little while now. But picked up these three, which I just got a chance to clean just now, re-sleeve and everything. Haven't listened to yet. This experimental electronic album, Silver Apples of the Moon, by Morton Subotnick. This looks pretty intriguing to me. It's on the original None Such label. Again, haven't listened to this yet, but I'm assuming it's just Moog synthesizer, or maybe not Moog, but any other kind of synthesizer. Early, this is like mid-60s stuff, you know. Cool liner notes on the back talking about a little bit of the rhythm of one of the pieces, and yeah, pretty intrigued about this album. And the title, Silver Apples of the Moon, I think the liner notes say, yeah, it's a line from a poem by Yeats, which was chosen because it aptly reflects the unifying idea of the composition, her in its pure form, at the end of part 2. So that title, Silver Apples of the Moon, electronic group Silver Apples took that same title and, you know, made a whole group out of it, which I would probably kill for their first album at this point. I've seen one before and I kind of regret not buying it, but I kind of also would like to hold out for a nicer copy for that price. You know how it goes. Anyways, picked this up on a whim. I've seen it talked about before. This is in the soul section. This is, I think the group is 100 Proof Asian Soul. Album title, Somebody's Been Sleeping in My Bed. You can see the promo strip on the front. It's not like I don't think it's a white label promo. It's on Hot Wax Records. Cool label, never really seen that before. Distributed by Buddha. Again, I don't think this is a white label, but cool to find nonetheless. This was like, you know, $7. Be interested to listen to that. I think David Michael has shown this before. Nice clean copy. And lastly, I need some Eric Dolphy in my life, so I picked up this compilation. I think it's this is a combination of 2 records. One of them being Out There, and I forget the other one. Early 70s version of this. Outward Bound, that's the other album. So yeah, Outward Bound and Out There. You can just, if you know Dolphy, you know it's a little bit out there. I think it's an accurate title. Both the labels look like that, just kind of green prestige label. I think they were acquired by Fantasy at this point in the 70s. Still, just to have the recordings is good for me. And original jazz stuff, you know, it's just going up there in price. So for the essentials, I'll kind of take anything I can get. And I consider Dolphy to be pretty essential, at least for slightly more avant-garde jazz. Anyways, that's all I got. Again, 100 subs contest is going on. It'll end. I think I'll film the finale or the results for that on the 7th of December. So you've got till then to turn in your entries. I think a few people had commented that they were interested in making an entry, and they have yet to do so. So time is running short. I will upload the results of that Friday morning. You'll see it. That will be on my normal upload time. I'll again, I apologize for this video being a little bit late. It was kind of a crazy thing. I didn't really have a minute to do it. And part of that is, you know, because I'm still working nights, it's hard to kind of get a minute to yourself where you can film, sit down and film, you know, for the 15 minutes this has been going on right now. So yeah, if you haven't made an entry and you make one, and what am I trying to say? If you make an entry, go ahead and respond to this video saying you've made it, and I'll add you to the list. And if you have made an entry already, and I didn't list it in that list, then go ahead and again just leave a comment here, and I'll get you on the list, and I'll watch your video. So thanks everybody, I really appreciate it. Hope you all had a good Thanksgiving. I'll see you next week. Bye.